Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's still September 22nd, still the first day of fall, my favorite time of year, and I'm just going through these chronic illness questions to get them filmed and put up soon. Now, like I had said in one that by the time you see this, that one will be up, but that I was going to share that one out of order, and I was going to share that this week on a Monday. So I may do that with this one as well. The reason being is because I just noticed something. In the one that I shared something that another YouTuber, Linda, had shared in one of the comments that she made on one of my chronic joy question videos. And the one thing I had forgotten that I had written was just what I shared in there about what she told me that kind of shifted my perspective on chronic illness and the losses that came with that. So I may share this week as well. So, I think that they just kind of go together, and I know they're going to be out of order, and that's probably going to drive me more insane than anyone else because just putting things out of order, like they have to be in order. But I'm going to try to just give myself grace and just be okay with it and share this with you guys. So this is chronic joy question number 14. Pumpkin keeps moving and this keeps like moving. So if it moves again, it's just them, either one of them moving a little bit. And I think I'm a little crooked. Hold on just a minute. Yeah, this thing is a little bit hard to get to stay right. So, all right. So this is a question. What is the most unexpected, let me start that all over again. What is the most unexpected blessing of chronic illness? So this is what I wrote. The most unexpected, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with that word. The most unexpected blessing was being able to spend more time with my mom. At the time I quit my job, I didn't know how quickly that time would pass. I didn't know that she would get sick and pass away in the time that it happened. We spent quite a bit of time together for my entire adult life. But out of the last 10 years since I was forced to quit my job because of illness, I was able to spend just about every day with her for the first 5 of those years. And as much time as I could in person, on the phone, text, and sending a letter. Oh, wait a minute. I totally skipped something there. Okay, let me just start this all over again. The most unexpected... Still having trouble with that word. Okay. The most unexpected... I don't know why I'm having trouble with that word. And maybe I'm just hearing it funny already because I said it so many times and I had to film this a couple more times. Alright. The most unexpected blessing was being able to spend more time with my mom. At the time I quit my job, I didn't know how quickly that time would pass. That she would get sick and pass away in the time that it happened. We spent quite a bit of time together for my entire adult life. But out of the last 10 years, since I was forced to quit my job because of illness, I was able to spend just about every day with her for the first 5 of those years, and as much time as I could in person, on the phone, text, and sending letters since we moved here. It was a blessing I didn't know I needed. Let me have to pause this. Okay, so start that all over again. I didn't think these would be so hard to share. This is not something I do. This is really hard for me to be that vulnerable on the video, so I may even take part of this out, but alright, it was a blessing I didn't know I needed, but God did. The other blessing is being able to spend more time in God's presence, reading the Word, in Bible studies, and just growing in that relationship. Life is short, no matter no matter how many years we have. And we have to record this all over again because I do not like this. I don't like this whole vulnerable type of situation. So whether I share this or not, we'll see. But I think that's part of the shift in perspective. Just part of the shift in perspective for me was to realize that even though all these long list of diagnoses that came due to so many different factors of life, whether it was because of decisions I made, because of decisions someone else made, because it's just genetics, because of environment, because of whatever, it doesn't matter where they came from, because we live in this world and it's broken and it's filled with hurt and pain and grief and illness and all the stuff that we deal with, and that's just the way it is. And even in all of that, God is good and He blesses us, because if I wouldn't have written this down, would have gone through these questions, I don't know if I would ever remember this. I don't know if I'd go 5-10 years down the line when I'm sitting there thinking about things and going through pictures or different memories, watching old family videos and all that stuff, if this time would be seen as a blessing of losing my job due to illness and having to deal with all of the things that people say and all of the things that people think, because so many people are so judgmental. They just assume that they know your life. They know what you should be doing. They know, and assume that what is going on is just because it's all in your head and you should just do what they do and you should just push through and you need to be out there being normal and making all sorts of money and doing all the things that they do. And I think about that and it's something that I've struggled with a lot. I struggle with the fact that I can't work, that I'm not working, that I'm in the process of applying for disability and have been for years. And part of the issue is my age. I was very young when I started this path, and I was young when I got all these illnesses. Like recently, I was at the surgeon follow-up for my hand, and we talked about arthritis. She checked my hands and I don't have any severe arthritis in there, so the pain could be just from fibromyalgia, it could be of carpal tunnel, cubital tunnel, all of that kind of thing, and the trigger finger, all those kinds of things. Just having diabetes is another thing that can cause pain. There's just a whole host of different things. But she said something, I was talking about arthritis, and she checked it because I kind of gave her a rundown of family history, but because the first thing she said is, well, you're too young to have that much arthritis in your body. And I was like, well, let me give you a rundown, let me tell you what I've been, I guess, diagnosed with or whatever because of the pain I've had in the x-rays and MRIs and things that I've had done. I have mild to moderate arthritis in this part of my neck down in here on the right side. I have arthritis right in the middle of my back and spine all the way down to my tailbone, with two degenerative discs, bulging discs, which is causing sciatic pain, which causes all kinds of other pain. I have arthritis in my knees, which at the time was like a few years ago. Maybe I was still living in Vegas, so it might have been over 5-6 years ago, I think. But I went to see an orthopedic specialist then, and he told me that I could have had knee replacements since then because it's just going to get worse and all that stuff. So I have that going on. I've never checked my feet for arthritis. What I've checked is I do have heel spurs, which cause a lot of pain. They're not so bad right now, thank God. But just kind of explaining to her, she kind of looked at me and I was like, well, I don't know what it's from. I mean, because she's like, unless you were like in, kind of like in places where you'd have injuries, like sports and different things like that, or whatever. And I'm like, well, I have a tendency to fall since I was really young. I don't know. I don't know why. Um, it's not ever something that I'm doing something dangerous to fall. Sometimes I'll just fall, walk too fast or whatever. And then I think a lot of this is just pain and illness due to all of the mental things that go on, because of everything that's happened in my life that I hold on to and I don't know how to process. And this is a process. This is what I'm learning in my journey, that I'm just learning to be okay with the things that are going on and to kind of process that in a way that is healthy for me. And so, but still, I just cracked my knuckle, sorry. Um, it's it's really hard to hear, like, well, because you're so young and this, you shouldn't have that. Well, I know I shouldn't, and I know she didn't mean it in any way that was, hurtful or anything. That's not what she was trying to say. She was just trying to explain, well, you probably don't have that because, your age and you should, and it's true. I mean, but I have these things. Why? I don't know. There's probably lots of factors, and maybe I'll never know. But I just, I have to remember that I need to listen to my body and remember who I am in God, and remember that He is there for me. He is there with me, and He loves me as I am, and He's going to help me through this time. And that the comments that people make and the assumptions that people make are just that. They're their opinions, and they're something they have to deal with, and I don't have to. It's very hard though to process through something like that when these are people who are in your own family, who are people who are your friends, who are close to you, or just, like, it's just that assumption of you should be doing what I'm doing. You should live how I live. You don't understand because you don't have this, this, and this. Um, and it's just a really hard place to be. But, one thing that this has given me is perspective on not assuming other people should know or should be doing things a certain way. They shouldn't be, I can't go, oh, you should be working harder. You should be doing this. You should have this. This has taught me that, sometimes we don't know the circumstances of what other people are going through. We don't know what they feel. We only see what they're willing to show us. And that's usually masking their pain, whether it's physical or mental or emotional, it doesn't matter. We don't show the way we feel most of the time, or even voice the way we feel most of the time because of judgmental people. And it's not to say that certain people are judgmental. I think everyone as a whole has their moments of being judgmental towards others because we think we know things, and that's just the way humans are. And so, this is not only has this changed my perspective, but it's also been a blessing to be able to maybe understand what other people are going through and maybe share the love of the Lord with them through what they're going through. So let's see if this video goes up. I will see you guys in the next one. God bless you. Bye.